welcome to another edition of Shed Talk, my weekly magazine video series looking at the keeping, breeding and showing of cage birds with a particular focus on the exhibition style budgerigar. Well, the first thing I'd like to do is just thank all those who took the time to comment on the last video, and particularly those who commiserated with me about missing the Oxford 1910 young bird show. It was a bit of a disappointment not making it out to it, but there we go. It's made me focus a bit more on a few more shows that I can attend. I've got a few of the budgerigar shows already in the diary that I know about. A couple of them will be, of course, I'll be going up to Swindon, but also I think going up to Northampton. So I have showed there relatively frequently. It used to conflict a little bit with Swindon, but this year, fortunately, they're quite a way apart, so I should be able to get up to both Northampton and Swindon, and then I just need to find a couple of shows, or a couple of local shows perhaps, where I can show the Fifes, because of course both of those two shows are budgerigar only shows, so at least I've got something to focus on there. The other thing is, of course, we did have a midweek special go out on Wednesday, and it was a part one of the Holland stud. As I said when I over on the Facebook page, those videos will go out midweek, so they're just some videos that I've taken about various lectures, I suppose, and talks that are being done at various times. So I'm going to put those out midweek. They won't be on any of the other Facebook pages, so if you want to watch those, you need to be a subscriber to the channel really, and obviously hit the and be someone who gets no notifications. So the first one of those went out. I hope you enjoyed it. Part two will go out probably at the beginning of August, but I'm yet to confirm that. So there's two things out of the way. Like I say, those videos, midweek ones, will only go out to subscribers, so of course if you haven't yet subscribed, then do subscribe to the channel, early notifications, then hit the notification bell. Of course, don't forget to like, and don't forget to comment. So what have we got for you in this particular episode? Well, most of this week I've actually just spent finishing off the various cleaning around here, and I've very nearly completed it. I think in the last video I mentioned that I wasn't sure if I was just moving stuff around. Well, I think I have created a bit more room, and that's without pushing the two stock cages back further, because I'm still yet to do that. Still haven't managed to persuade my boy to come up here and give me a hand. He's still at school at the moment, so once he's off school we'll be able to do that. But I have actually, with tidying up and generally giving it a good clean, I've actually managed to find, or to make a little bit more room, or at least put stuff back where it should be. We all know, don't we? As we take stuff out, and tends to get left around a little bit, doesn't it? And then, so basically I've put everything back where it should be, tidied up, got rid of some of the old junky stuff, and it has given me a little bit more room. There's still a couple of little bits that I need to do in terms of tidying up in here, and then the big focus will be outside in the Finch and Fife flight out there, both in terms of setting up those additional cages, but also thinking about how I'm going to shorten the flight, the main flight out there, to give me more room for a few more breeding cages for the Fife canaries. So we will go out in a minute and have a quick look at the young Fifes out there, and what we might even do is have a look at some of the run some of them through the show cages. But for the rest of this week, while I was cleaning up in here, the other thing that I've been doing this week is popping some of the young budgerigars into show cages, just to give them some showcase training. The main thing behind this wasn't to give them a good review and a good look at them and all that, although I have been doing that as well. But the main thing was to just give them some time in a showcase. They didn't get any time out at the show bench for Oxford 1910. So I've popped them in the showcase, sometimes one at a time, sometimes I put a couple in a single show cage, and just left them there for half an hour just to get them used to it, get them settled, and then done a little bit of you know, judging them, got the judging stick out, tried to get them to move from perch to perch, tried to get them settled down, get them used to that idea of having someone look at them, someone trying to, you know, get them to show themselves best, and also just to move them around. So that's one of the things that I've been doing this week, along with clearing everything out. So as you can see, some of them take a little bit longer to settle than others in the show cage, which is why we, you know, should keep trying to put them in there and keep giving them that extra bit of training every so often. Well, it's certainly, that's from my point of view. I think the time spent with the young birds just in the show cage while you're working around the shed, I don't think that's ever really wasted. We will probably at the beginning of next month, so at the beginning of August, or maybe just into September, we'll begin to get the birds out and start doing a full assessment of all of the birds to see which birds, which of the birds are going to make the breeding team for this year, and which ones are likely to be let go. The other thing I've been thinking about, let me know your thoughts on this, the other thing I've been thinking about is the two birds that we got from Terry Sadler, so we did say they were slightly older birds, is how quickly I want to get those in the breeding cage. And I was beginning to think maybe I would get those in a bit earlier, see if I can get something off them rather than wait until the end, but I'm still, you know, a little bit, I don't know, still thinking about that, I suppose, in terms of letting the birds rest and letting myself rest from the breeding season before we let them go back down again. Thoughts? Put something in the comment if you think that it would be better off putting those slightly older birds down early. They will be one of the first pairs that will go down anyway, so what we'll do now then is have another quick look at in here is we'll nip out to the Finch and Fife flight and have a look at the young Fifes, particularly those ones that had been feather plucked, and see how those have got on in Fifes from breeding to bench. So with the Fifes all completely finished breeding, I'm pleased to say that the hen, you might remember the hen had started laying and was sitting in one of the soft food dishes. She stopped doing that, stopped doing it about, I don't know, just almost a week ago I guess, and has stopped laying, stopped sitting in the dish, and now is happy in the cage just jumping around us as she would do or did previously. So she's clearly come out of breeding condition would be my guess. So what about the youngsters then that had been feather plucked by Mum? I'm pleased to say I've stopped putting the nesting material in there. She's not paying any interest in either the bit of nesting material that was left in there previously or in the youngsters in terms of feather plucking. And thanks for those that fed back and said that in most cases they will grow back, and I'm pleased to say that almost all of them now look like they're going to make a full recovery from that experience of being feather plucked. Not sure whether it will be enough in terms of getting them out on to the show bench, but they're certainly, most of them have now got all the feathers back on their body and on their heads, and I can see a few of them are starting to grow the tail back, which is always handy. There's one heavily variegated youngster in there that's still missing some feathers on the top of the head, a bit like myself I suppose, and looks like it might take him a little bit longer to recover than the others. So that's it with the Fifes. Still haven't managed to get in here and sort the cages out yet, but that will happen, I'm hoping, before the next episode. The zebras, again, no sign of any eggs in the nest boxes for the zebra finches. Probably another week, 2 weeks perhaps. There's still one or two going in and out of the nest box, so it's possible we might get something, but so I'll give them another week or 2 weeks probably, and then if there's nothing then I will remove the nest boxes from in here, and we'll then have a chance to give this good de-gutting in here, and like I say, probably make the flight, the internal flight here, half the size in terms of its length, and that will give me some more room, currently directly behind me I suppose, which will be where I'll be able to put the breeding cages. So that's it from out here in the Finch and Fife flight. Let's pop back indoors. Well, that just about wraps up another episode of Shed Talk, a slightly shorter episode I think. Some of that is just because there's very little, with the breeding coming to a close and there being no immediate shows. There's not a massive amount going on and changing from week to week in the shed. I do hope those of you that have got your breeding season coming to an end, whether that be budgerigars or any other type of cage bird, that you had a successful breeding season. And of course I wish you all the best for the upcoming show season. If you're just starting out on the hobby, haven't yet thought about whether you're going to show or not, then do think about it. Go and join your local club. They're always happy to greet new members, or at least most of them are. So go and join your local club, have a look at what's going to be shown there, and just enjoy, enjoy the birds, like I always say. So that's it then. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button. Do of course continue to subscribe to the channel. But most of all, as always, please stay safe and enjoy your birds.